Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving straight into a massive, urgent, behind-the-scenes battle taking place right now over who actually controls the future of artificial intelligence. We're going to examine the huge wave of public anxiety this tech is generating and, well, break down why our traditional systems of oversight seem to be completely falling apart.
Picture this, because it perfectly illustrates the immediate disconnect we're facing. On one side, you've got lawmakers in the U.S. Capitol working under harsh fluorescent lights, trying to draft AI oversight bills for technology they honestly often don't fully comprehend. Contrast that with the gleaming tech towers out in San Francisco, where lightning-fast server farms are deploying autonomous agents capable of executing complex legal documents. There's no congressional approval, no public comment period, and certainly no public vote. It's a stark, almost jarring contrast between really slow-moving legislation and explosive corporate momentum.
Now, you might be wondering how the public feels about all this, because the utility of these new AI interfaces is so immediate, so undeniably compelling, we just keep using them, even when the underlying threats feel kinda abstract. But despite that utility, an alarming 71% of Americans express a definitive truth. They firmly believe increased AI use will make their personal information less secure. The air is absolutely thick with anxiety. We know our data is the commodity here, yet the market demands our participation. We hover our fingers over that accept terms of service button and, we click it anyway.
Which brings us to our first major roadblock, the AI trust deficit.
Look at this 2026 Pew Research data. It highlights what is essentially a massive double bind. A whopping 67% of Americans have little to no confidence in the U.S. government to regulate AI effectively. And by the way, that is up from 62% in 2024. But on the flip side, an equally staggering 59% are not confident in U.S. companies to develop and use AI responsibly either. So, the public trusts neither the government to be the regulator, nor the corporations to regulate themselves.
And what's really fascinating is that this anxiety crosses the entire political spectrum. It is not just a partisan issue. Now, the reactions do shift depending on the political climate. For instance, for Democrats, the lack of confidence in government AI regulation saw a huge 20 percentage point jump between 2024 and 2026. Conversely, for Republicans, that confidence deficit actually dropped a bit, from 70% to 61% over the same period. So as political winds shift, convictions about who should control the most powerful technology in human history shift as well. But the overarching theme? Widespread, deep-seated distrust from literally every angle.
So why is this happening? Let's look at Model A versus Model B, the two failing titans. To really understand why oversight is failing, we first have to look at Model A, government regulation. And folks, Model A has a massive velocity problem.